To Mobile. So I'm today here with a new video. So that's the name of the video is Plandemic. So I recently found that one video got uploaded and re-uploaded on YouTube. It was named Plandemic. People were asking me to watch this and say that whether it was true or not. So let's analyze the video step by step. But before doing that, you have to keep an open mind throughout this video and listen very minutely to whatever I say, and also do not swat me, because whatever I'm going to say right now is very much to the point, and also whatever I'm going to say is actually factually correct. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get in the video. But you have to promise that you are going to keep an open mind and listen to me very minutely, and then compare this with the original video, because I have bad editing skills, so I cannot actually merge two videos together point by point. But you have to see that Plandemic video and also my video and judge whether I am true or not. And before doing that, please subscribe to my channel, also like this channel and share this channel, and share this information, particular information, with as many friends and families and members as you can. So let's start with the video. So first of all, let's come to the world data. First, there are 3.7 million people who are diagnosed with COVID-19, and we have 258,000 deaths worldwide, and also we have 1.25 million recovered. From these statistics, you can say that the mortality rate is not that much, but the infectivity rate is very much high. Now, I think we need to lift this lockdown, firstly because of the internet, and also we believe anything up there, sometimes without research, people are putting up anything on there. So this Plandemic video is a mixture of truth and fiction combined. So Dr. Mikovits, first let's learn about her. So she was a PhD and she did a very good work on HIV and AIDS. Also, a very interesting paper which came from her side rather was she linked a virus which was XMRV to chronic fatigue syndrome on a Science journal. Okay, the journal's name was Science. That was an excellent paper because a virus with a chronic fatigue, it was a absolutely mesmerizing discovery. But her claim was not accepted globally. Why? Because every time a journal comes out, people try to replicate the experiments, because in case of any experiment there is three things: the experiment must be reusable, reputable and replicable. But her paper was not reusable, first of all, not reputable and not replicable. Why so? Because the cell lines that the Mikovits was using got contaminated with the virus, whereas the other labs which were trying to replicate her experiments had pure cell lines, hence could not reproduce, and that was the reason she got arrested. The part 1 of the Plandemic, where they showed that she was taken out by SWAT teams. Okay, so charges were dropped without prejudice after she got arrested. But now here, okay, she's basically a anti-vaxxer community. She's from anti-vaxxer community right now. Also, SWAT teams portrayed on that video, well, according to my research on SWAT teams, they're not deployed until you are heavily armed assailant. And she did not yield guns, so that video part was completely fake. And wait, there is even more. She also said that animal tissues being used in studies for chronic disease and plague is very much devastating, and this can actually lead to chronic disease, more chronic disease and plague. So she says that we are doing more harm by using animal cells, but she says we are causing chronic disease by using vaccines. You should note this point while watching her video. So the paper which she is referring in this video, because she is also referring some papers, but the paper had got nothing to do with vaccines, but virus and chronic fatigue syndrome. So she made such claims, but actually the paper was not dealing with vaccines altogether, but the paper was dealing with virus and the chronic fatigue syndromes or any other kind of diseases. Now, the virus, according to the interview where she did, she had told that one thing, that virus had to be studied in the lab, but she did not exactly say that the term that it was created in the lab. So you should take a note about that. So the virus had to be studied in a lab. Also, we have no idea if they have released the virus or something. Also, she pointed about the NIDIA, which have already given $3.7 billion actually to Wuhan for conducting research on the SARS-CoV virus, because Wuhan has a virology lab, first of all, and SARS outbreak of 2003 was from that particular area. So fund was given to research the cures for the future coronavirus pandemic that may come. Although it was possible that the lab had accidentally leaked the virus strain they were working with, but we have to prove it, and there is no such proof until now, or no, I don't know if it's ever going to come. Now I am going to quote a verbatim in quotes. When I am writing up my death record, I was pressured to add COVID-19. Quotation ends. So this was in the video, and it was by a doctor, presumably a doctor. But this is laughable because they are urgent care facility, they are urgent cares, and they are urgent caretakers actually, and so they have no right to write the death certificates in the first place. Fact check this if I am wrong. I have done mine. Also in medical knowledge, there is a phrase: if it quacks like a duck, it is supposedly a duck. So in those death certificates, they can write cause of death as respiratory failures, presumably, inside quote, presumably due to pneumonia or COVID-19. This presumably term is given by CDC because in many cases, before the COVID-19 positive reports are coming or the negative reports are coming, the patients may die. And for that, CDC particularly have said the term presumably. Okay. So also repetitive tests are allowed on a person because the RT-PCR technique, as I've already explained to you on my previous videos, it's only 60% time is correct. Okay, so basically we may have different kind of errors, but we have to actually take into consideration that whether whatever we are having is particularly right or wrong, because out of 100 cases only 60% of the times the RT-PCR is actually correct, and the other cases there may be contamination, there may be any kind of random amplification giving us false positives or false negatives in fact. So it's basically a very much crucial system to deal with. Now for the Medicare issues that they are talking about. A person having COVID-19, pneumonia, a streptococcal pneumonia, they get $13,000 or 13 grands if they get a ventilator. Okay, actually not if they get a ventilator, but if they are having pneumonia or streptococcal pneumonia or any kind of pneumonia or respiratory failures, they are assigned to get 13 grands. But if the condition worsens, okay, if that person goes on for CCU, critical care unit, they get a 39 grand. If it's in case of any pneumonia, it can be any kind of pneumonia. So it's not a new thing right now. Medicare is always working like that. It's a not new thing. Basically there's a misinformation going on. Now she was also an anti-vaxxer darling. Let's remember, they are using this to sell her books from Skyhorse Publications. Remember, this is owned by Tom Lins, and he tried to link autism and vaccine. You can search this up on Google. Also, her co-author is an anti-vaxxer, famous anti-vaxxer. I'm not going to take names of those persons. Coming on to the next thing, hydroxychloroquine. I don't know how many times I have made a video about hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine, yes, it is an essential medicine, but implied that they are used as COVID-19 drug in that video. But see, hydroxychloroquine is only used with the help of a zinc supplement. But some hospitals also use in place of hydroxychloroquine, they use quercetin along with zinc supplement and also some vitamin supplements. But this is a new virus, we do not know the proper medicine, and hydroxychloroquine may help, but it is not a cure. You have to understand that it is not a cure, it's just to suppress the actions. And also hydroxychloroquine is not a good drug because it shows several symptoms which are very much bad for the person. It may kill them. Okay, it's like feeding you on a rice tube. If you require it, because you are critically ill, that's okay. But if you do not require it, why to take hydroxychloroquine? It's not a game changer. If you are young, we should not actually tell you to eat hydroxychloroquine because it's going to give you different other side effects. Okay, and the side effects from these drugs are very much bad. You have to understand this. Now, whatever she said about flu vaccine is that flu vaccine increases your risks of getting COVID-19 by 36%. It was in her video, but that is false. The study that they are citing over here was seeing an active duty military personnel immunization rates, and they were looking at higher risk of infection or co-infections, you can say. Now they say that there are some papers that the rate of co-infection due to influenza and immunization is not significant, they are saying, although they had coronavirus infection. So their studies found out that the rate is not significant. The co-infection rate is not significant. Although they had a coronavirus infection at one table in that paper, but that's not COVID-19, right? Because COVID-19 is caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus, not the SARS-CoV virus. So whatever they're trying to sell you is completely garbage over here. Also, there is another paper which she didn't cite, but it looked at a conclusive evidence from 6 flu seasons, but they had shown that there is no statistical significance of developing other co-infections due to influenza vaccine. You must notice this. So now they are claiming that saying that sitting at home we are killing the indigenous immune system, but it's completely false, because staying at home you are dealing with so many airborne pathogens, okay, so many different kind of spores, different kind of bacteria. When you are going out, when you are taking in air, okay, breathing, actually there are so many viruses and bacteria you are taking in. So how are you not challenging your immune system every time? And you are challenging your immune system every time from the time you are born. Why, you say? Because until and unless you are enclosed in a bubble, okay, in a protective bubble, you are always exposed to different kind of bacteria, viruses, I don't know what else, okay, different kind of nosocomial infections occur to the doctors, okay. And also in our case, while sitting at home, we also have different kind of spore infections, okay, fungal infections we have. So are these not challenging our immune systems enough? If you have a baby at your house, okay, do you know that every time the baby sneezes or he licks you or he is licking something and you are touching it, there is something known as Coxsackie virus in the baby's mouth? You know that? So yeah, you are challenged from everywhere, okay. Even the human mouth contains so many different kind of bacteria. Even it may contain different kind of viruses. So we are challenging our immune system, and to tell that while sitting at home we are actually killing our indigenous immune system is completely bogus. And I don't know who is buying into this. Also, many people are saying that this lockdown is there to actually hide the government truth, okay, hide the truth what is going on outside. There are different kind of things roaming around in the sky or even in the roads. Government doesn't want to let you know something important which they are doing. I don't know what they are talking about, but certainly not. This lockdown is not to overwhelm the hospital system. Hence this statement is not correct. Next we come through about Dr. Fauci. So I am not essentially well equipped to tell anything about Dr. Fauci, but there is an excerpt that Dr. Fauci said we might have a sudden outbreak. Now, this was said 3 years back when we had got SARS-CoV infections. And they are saying that they are trying to edit the video and also say you in such a way that Dr. Fauci is actually planned this epidemic, hence the name we are calling it, that is over here, plandemic. But certainly not, because along with Dr. Fauci there are many Chinese papers which were originated in China. Those papers claim the same, that we might have a reinfection with this virus. Also, this paper I am talking about was published in 2007, okay, just like 3 years post SARS-CoV infection. We had so many infections, MERS infection, Spanish flu, so many kind of infections were there. It was all planned? No, certainly not. Also, the thing which she said that it takes very much long time for the virus to actually go from one species to other, it's completely biased. Okay, well, there are some viruses which takes much time from infecting one species to another, but in this case novel coronavirus, I have already told you this fact that it is mutating at a very fast rate. Samples isolated from different continents so show different degree of mutation. Even the mother samples which were used for working in different virology labs, they are showing mutations. Even they are in the test tube, they are showing mutations. And it's a very fast mutating virus. And how can you say this kind of things? I don't know how people are buying into this pandemic, but it's just to sell books and it's just to let her come into the public, let her be popular right now by saying that this is all government conspiracy and everything. But it's not, certainly not. I'm just begging you not to believe this kind of utter bullshit. So I was very much true about everything I've told, but one thing she was very much true about is that now the only thing that is correct in this whole video is the fact about Italy, that there are many old peoples there who are already suffering from different kind of lung inflammations, COPDs. So their death, the cause of their death or the very much high mortality rate in Italy is because of that very same reason. But everything else, I don't get any sense from that. Also, just in brackets, I'm not paid by Bill Gates or Donald Trump or Dr. Fauci. I spend my own wallet to upload these videos. Also, YouTube, do not delete videos like from the pandemic videos, because this any form of communication must not be taken down. But viewers, you can use your own brain and do not just assume anything or just not listen to someone, not even me. Do your own research. So I am going to give some tips, because you guys are spending much time online, so you can actually believe any utter bullshit. So first tip is that do your own research. Second tip, do not believe news portals or whatever comes online. Number 3, always refer journal articles. They are actually correct. Number 4, there are some politics going on. I'm not well equipped to deal with that, but pandemic is utter BS. It does not represent those other politics going around, and I will not talk about that only. Number 5, YouTube must allow them to speak out. Why are you deleting videos? It makes them think that they are right. Let audience find out the reality. Right? The last thing is that what I told, it is true. Go through the online sources and remember, everyone is trying to sell. Depends on what you are accepting to buy. I mean, no harm to others. But I just have one thing, that you should not believe whatever is served to you. You should do your counter research and you should do your own studies before believing what you are seeing, okay, on YouTube or any other social media. So by saying this, I would like to conclude my video for today. Although I was not planning to do this video, but I had to do because of this pandemic thing going on in the web. But I will upload some different videos on different topics tomorrow, and just please go through the glycolysis series which I have already covered before, because from tomorrow I will start the new series. There's a TCA cycle series, so please get updated with your glycolysis things and everything. So for now, I would just say the conclusion of pandemic is it's a BS, nothing else. It doesn't represent anything. For now, I let out. Before going, please subscribe to my channel, please like, share, and also share this video along with your colleagues and friends who are believing this pandemic. And also subscribe to my channel, because it gives me motivation to make more informative videos like this, and also debunking videos like I am doing today. So I'm just debunking this whole thing. Bye.